Hey everybody, this is Anatomy and Physiology 8.05 muscles of the abdomen. So we're moving on and moving down the body, getting into the abdominal muscles today. Two of these are review. So in pink, and just as like they were pink on the other sheets. Do you remember what these were? And here we have the muscles here on the side in light green, which are review. So hopefully you said the pectoralis major. Pectoralis major. And hopefully here you said the serratus anterior. Now, instead of talking about the functions for each of these, our abdominal muscles tend to have kind of a range of functions. I'm going to kind of list them over here. The first thing is protection. Whoops. So underneath all of these layers of muscles that we have here, up here in this area, we have the liver, here's the stomach, you have all of your intestines. You've got in females, the uterus. So we have all of these internal organs, and the abdominal muscles are really the only thing standing between them and the outside environment. The next function is movement, of course. It allows us to flex and bend. Another function that abdominal muscles have is breathing. So it is the movement of these abdominal muscles that, in conjunction with the diaphragm, that allow us to breathe. One we don't always think about is balance. So our abdominal muscles help us to balance. And if you try this, pause the video, stand up on one leg, and you'll notice that as you tip one direction, it's your abs that tighten first that help pull you back the opposite way. So really, really important for maintaining our posture and our balance. And the last thing, and this really is, well, part of it, so childbirth and vomiting. Childbirth is women only. Vomiting would be anybody. So we need our abdominal muscles to accomplish those two things. But overall, not necessarily talking about each muscle doing a specific thing. We're just talking about the general functions. So let's talk a little bit about what we have here. By the way, I hope you pause the video and color coded, or if you want to pause the video here and color code, that's fine. So what they've done is this top layer is the blue. We have the blue. Let's go ahead and label that. So in dark blue, and you'll notice the direction of the muscle fibers, it comes in like this. So directionality is kind of a big thing. If you talk about something on an angle, the Latin term for that is oblique. And so these are the external obliques. And they cover, these are the superficial. So these are the superficial. And usually they extend over the entire top surface, but what they've done is they've cut away. So this is a cut line here. I'll do a dashed line so you can see. And they've cut away that top superficial layer so we can see what lies underneath. The second layer, or the intermediate layer, is here in the yellow. And then what they've done here is they've cut away part of the intermediate layer so you can see the deep. So these are deep, these are intermediate, and these are external or superficial. We have two major muscle groups in the intermediate layer, the orange and the yellow. And you can see the yellow is by far the largest, but let's talk about the orange first. The muscle direction here goes 90 degrees to the external. These are the internal obliques. And one of the things we see is we talked about the fact that we use these for protection and for strength. So having the muscles moving in different or oriented in different directions gives us increased strength. And you'll notice this deep layer, the fibers go horizontally across the abdomen or transverse. And that's why this deep layer is called the transversus. Transversus. We have all of this white tissue here, and it's not colored. And the reason is we've seen these before. This is another large aponeurosis here. We've got an aponeurosis here. And the only aponeurosis that we're labeling out by name is the Gallia aponeurosis on the skull. All the other aponeuroses, we're just saying this is an aponeurosis, and you don't necessarily need to even know it for the test. But it provides origin and insertion points for lots of different muscles. The intermediate is composed of the internal obliques and this yellow muscle, and the name of this yellow muscle is the rectus abdominis. We know that erectus means to be erect or to hold upright. And so this is actually one muscle, even though it's divided into sections, helps maintain our posture, helps hold the body upright. You'll notice it's separated by connective tissue. And so the purple connective tissue down the middle has a name, and the connective tissue that runs in horizontal pieces has a name as well. But it's a unique arrangement. And so what happens is if our body fat drops below a certain point, if we have low body fat and we have large rectus abdominis sections, they pop out. And so this is what gives us a six-pack. Now, usually we see it at about down here. So you'll see, this top portion doesn't usually show. You'll see the top portion here. So this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the six of the six-pack. What creates the divisions in the six-pack, again, are these connective tissues. The purple is the line that extends down the middle and is called the linea alba. L-I-N-E-A-A-L-B-A. And at the lower part here in brown, we have the umbilicus. Also has the umbilical region on our quadrants. We've seen this word before. The horizontal in green are called tendinous intersections. Tendinous intersections. So they're not truly tendons, but they're tendon-like, and so they get that name, tendinous intersection. There is a name down the edge here. We don't have it colored in. And here, this is called the linea semilunaris, but we're going to let that one go and just focus on the linea alba and the tendinous intersections. Those tend to show up the most on six-packs. So again, if we were in class, I would be pulling up a picture of a bodybuilder, and we would take a look at the fact that we can see all of these lines and landmarks. And again, we add yet another directionality. So here we have oblique this way, we have oblique this way, we have transverse. And if you look at the fibers of the rectus abdominis, they are now vertical, which adds, again, it increases that strength. Running fibers in opposite directions is a good way to increase the strength. But what are our takeaways? We had a couple of review muscles, and then we got 4 new muscles with some landmarks for our abdominals, and lots of important functions. Okay, that's it for the abdomen. On to the leg.